Kids Productions.
What is going on, folks? Welcome into another episode of The Final Drive here at Sour Kids Production Studios. It is Alec. It is Makai. After a few weeks off, we had to take our little mini bye week as well, as the NFL does. Feels good to be back, my friend.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Oh, life's good. You know, it's not 100 degrees every damn day anymore.
Nope.
You know, finally can wear little sweatshirts.
Yep.
Life is good.
Life is good. The Rangers are in the ALCS.
Scaring the hell out of me, but we're here.
But we're in it. We're in it. Yeah, life's good. You know, the Cowboys are cowboying along. There's no more undefeated teams in the NFL.
Yep.
Shout out to the Browns and the Jets for doing that. So once again, the 72 Dolphins and DeAndre can have that champagne tonight, knowing that no one will break that record of being undefeated.
Yep.
So, yeah, lots of fun, Makai. Let's just dive right into it. Obviously, we'll get into some headlines here in a minute. First, I'll throw out some of my thoughts from last week's action in the NFL. I'll start with obviously the one of my favorite games I was looking forward to was the 3:00 game. Detroit at Tampa. 1. It feels so good to see those creamsicle jerseys again. They were nice. But 2, I think these are two teams I kind of thought going into it. I think Tampa may have surprised a lot of people at being at the 3-1 and kind of sitting top of the NFC South. They had to bye the week before. In Detroit, they got Jameson Williams back from suspension earlier because of the NFL's revised rules and guidelines with gambling. He had a big touchdown catch late in that game to kind of seal it. I look at the Lions. I'm very much, and you know me, I've been buying into the Lions since Dan Campbell's gotten there, since they got Jared Goff. And they've looked good defensively, in particular with Aaron Glenn. This is a very aggressive defense, and this offense can hurt you so many different ways. And it's fun to watch football in Detroit.
Oh yeah, I'm just excited to see Jahmyr Gibbs be back this week and finally get to see him.
Maybe
Hopefully get to touch the ball.
No Montgomery, so he might be forced to touch the ball.
No, they're gonna mess around and give it to what's his name? Was it Craig Robinson?
Craig Reynolds, the Hard Knocks kid.
Yeah, they'll mess
Craig
around and
Reynolds.
give him 30 touches. And Jahmyr is gonna be just a fly motion guy.
He'll be the gimmicky distraction guy. Yeah. That very well could be true, but we'll just have to wait and see. Just an ugly football game. Bears-Vikings last week. Justin Fields goes out, and you're thinking, okay, Minnesota, despite them being down, Justin Jefferson probably could sneak one away. They did win, but that was probably by far the ugliest football game I've ever seen in my life. It was just bad football.
Oh yeah, I mean, 100%. It was interesting. Like I remember, because again, didn't really get to watch a lot of these games, but I will admit when I got home finally from driving back from San Antonio, opened up Twitter and there was like Bears fans like, "Oh, Justin's out. Maybe we can throw the ball now." And they're like, and I'm just like,
no.
Still got the same play caller, so yeah, nothing's changing on that front. But man, my Bears pick's not looking too hot this year.
No, it's not.
Maybe next year.
And the Texans as well. I mean, the Houston's winning game. CJ Stroud has looked very much like the best rookie quarterback so far this season. By far, only has one interception on the season for the Texans. They're putting up points offensively, and I think it's kind of funny. Damian Pierce was a guy who was very much is a ground and pound kind of running back, and I think we kind of thought that might have been the focal point considering the nice start he had last year of his rookie season with the rookie quarterback, with kind of an offense that's still trying to figure out who they are. It's been the opposite. CJ Stroud has carried this offense. He's had 300 yards, and I believe in all but one game so far this season. Like I said, the one interception that he just threw this past week against the Saints. He's very much looked like the real deal for Houston. He might be the guy who can break the narrative of Ohio State quarterbacks can't play in the NFL. Maybe. He might be the one.
Yeah, I mean, again, knew he was a good thrower of the football, talented on that front. I just question, and I still question, like he still doesn't beat those allegations for me. I just think he doesn't bounce back from adversity well. I don't think he's really had it yet in his NFL career. Like, again, they haven't played in like super meaningful primetime games yet.
Right.
So
that's fair.
once he overcomes that hurdle, then I'll hop on the CJ Stroud train. But again, I'm still waiting, and I'm holding judgment.
Yeah, that's fair.
For now.
And then speaking of other rookie quarterbacks, Anthony Richardson gets shut down. Season-ending shoulder surgery is what it looks like. The Colts very much don't want Andrew Luck 2.0 to happen to Anthony in the sense of playing through injuries, he gets banged up again, and you're forced to miss more time on that back end. So they're going to shut him down. It'll be Gardner Minshew the rest of the way, it looks like. But even though it was a short time, Anthony was a guy, again, I was impressed with. I know, obviously, we had the Cam Newton comparison coming out of Florida, and he looked good running the ball. Credit Shane Steichen for, I think we all kind of viewed this offense to look like Phillies in the sense of how he utilized the big quarterback who can run. And that was very much the case for the first, quarter of the season was how they used Anthony. So it's unfortunate he's being shut down, but, from what we saw, I was impressed.
Oh, no, 100%. He was, and I think the biggest thing is that, I think he was somebody that his teammates really rallied around because, no matter, there was games where they'd go down early, 14, 14, 20 points down, and you could just tell, Anthony's running up and down the sideline.
Rams game, that went overtime, yeah.
Yeah, you got him going up and down the sideline, pumping guys up, keeping the main thing, and the fact that game's not over yet. So, man, and the throws he was making, I mean, the athleticism.
Downs was a very nice player for them. Josh Downs.
Exactly. So, at the end of the day, Colts fans,
they signed Taylor?
You got Taylor. You got Taylor long term.
Yep.
It's beautiful. Honestly, take a step back.
Because you weren't going to compete this year.
Yeah, you weren't going to compete anyway. So, hey, tank, get another receiver, and then run this thing back next year.
You got all the money in the salary cap. Because, really, this division is still wide open, I think. Jacksonville has looked better the last few weeks. But I can't tell you confidently that there's still a clear-cut favorite in the AFC South.
Oh, no, 100%.
Let alone going into next year.
Oh, no, 100%. So, again, Gardner Minshew, go out there. Don't win football games. Go get this top 5 pick.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the last point I'll mention, it's getting tough in New England, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's over.
Yeah. I think it's getting tough to watch Patriot football. And, obviously, at some point we knew the Belichick era was going to come to an end.
But like this?
It's tough. It's tough watching it like this. Because, now it's not a good team. I can't look at the offense or the defense and point out at least one or two good players. It's just a very poorly aged team. And, I know we thought getting Bill O'Brien would help Mac Jones and the offense kind of stabilize. And they haven't figured it out. It's just kind of, it's like you're watching something so awful you just can't turn the TV off. That's what watching this Patriots team is like.
Honestly, I figured just because, I think everybody kind of just gave the Patriots the benefit of the doubt because it's Belichick. He figures things out. But
right.
I think this team and how the season has gone thus far is kind of just a reflection of how poorly this team has went in about acquiring talent, whether that be through the draft or free agency. It's not the Patriot way. Well, it is the Patriot way, the way they've done it. But as we've seen, something's got to give because clearly there's not enough talent on this team to even compete in football games anymore.
Yeah.
So,
and there are people who thought maybe going into this year they could be a borderline wildcard team.
I thought that
if they figured it out, if Mac Jones looked better. And that's the other thing too. I think we gave Mac Jones the benefit of the doubt, going, "Hey, look, last year you had
two ding
dongs,
two ding dongs. One being your QB coach that had never coached quarterbacks, and then the other one never called plays before.
He was calling defensive plays.
Yep, and he was calling offensive
and
plays.
Now he's calling you said, okay, I see that, I can give him a pass, which that's fair. And with Bill O'Brien, it's been too inconsistent. I think the first couple weeks, Mac Jones looked solid. You thought, okay. And then the Cowboy game happened. And all the confidence that you should have had or could have had was shot.
Gone out the window.
And then the Saints shut them out at home. And now you lose to Josh McDaniels, who very much should not be a head coach in the NFL.
Will not be in the extra effort of this year.
Nope. So this is tough to watch. And, I kind of hope maybe Bill just bows out on his own versus Robert Kraft doesn't have to step in and because at the end of the day, I think you can't do a rebuild with Bill Belichick. You have to clear everything.
Clear everything. Start fresh.
Yeah,
Because it's that's tough for the next coach coming in. Like, man, I'm trying to follow Bill Belichick.
you thought it'd be tough for Mac Jones to follow up Tom Brady. It'd be harder to follow up Belichick.
Knowing the Patriots though, they'll just and Robert
Promote.
Kraft, they'll bring like McDaniels back and he'll be the head coach.
Another, but you can't do that either. You got to cleanse the Belichick era entirely. You got to start over. I feel like.
But I feel like with that franchise, I feel like they've had the hardest time ever just resetting and just like doing something different.
Because they really haven't had to.
They haven't had to do it in their franchise history thus far. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they're kind of stuck in their ways. I don't feel like it'll change. Like, I feel like Belichick will bow out. I don't think he's gonna be the guy that like, rides to the ship sinking. The ship is taking on water. It is 100%.
We're sinking.
We're 50% gone at this point. But he'll bow out. I'm concerned about the guy they bring in, and it'll just be a continuation of the Patriot way, quote unquote.
Yeah, I feel that, and it could happen. I mean, me being a Saints fan, a lot of Saints fans are not happy with offensive coordinator Pete Carmichael, and that was Sean's guy. He got there in 06 with Sean, and when they promoted Dennis Allen in-house to head coach, Dennis Allen said, "I'm keeping Pete as the OC," and the last 2 years, you've seen it hasn't looked good. So I know a thing or two about holding over in-house coaches because normally it doesn't work. You got to cleanse it entirely. But now let's move on to some headlines here. Major headlines, obviously heading into Week 7. The Dallas Cowboys. That's the big thing on Monday night. They had coming off their worst performance against the Niners. There were some big question marks heading into this game. The defense stepped up when it needed to. Micah Parsons was quiet all night during that game. But then late in the fourth quarter, made the crucial sack on Justin Herbert. Stephon Gilmore gets a pick to seal it for this Cowboy team. I feel like for me, that Niner game was an outlier for me. I wasn't too worried about the defense all that much. I figured Dan Quinn was going to get it right. So I'll throw it to you first. Did you have any concerns about the Cowboy defense coming into this game? And do you kind of feel like it's water under the bridge now as far as that Niners game goes defensively?
Defensively speaking, I still have my concerns in the secondary. I feel like we're still getting a little lost back there. I feel like Diggs, while being a corner, typically like the leader of a secondary is typically safeties because they're the furthest back. They see the entire field.
Right.
So they're usually the guy, they keep the secondary organized. We don't really have a leader like that in our secondary, not secondary group, in our safety room. So I feel like it was Diggs that really kept everybody straight, organized, knew where everybody needed to be because he's really the longest tenured guy in the room as far as like successfully going goes. I don't know. I don't feel like we've replaced, which I don't think there's any replacing him at this point. Like they're not a free agent. There's not a guy on the roster. There's not a guy you could trade for that would be easy to acquire at this point. So who you have is who you have. I just think we just need to get better organized in the secondary, and maybe that'll help a little bit.
Yeah, and I think the Cowboys. I think another issue. No, it's not really issue. It's their linebacker depth without Leighton Vander Esch. You're asking guys like Jaron Curse, Marquise Bell to play up in the box and be essentially a linebacker. Leaving Malik Hooker back there, and you really have no other true coverage safety because you're asking these safeties to come up and play linebacker essentially in the box.
Which gets you killed in the run game, get you gashed.
Yeah.
Because they're too light in the pants to try to take on tackles and guards.
Right. And then when it comes to coverage, they're not slow because they're NFL athletes at the end of the day. Those dudes are fast.
Oh, yeah.
But in NFL terms, you say those safeties typically do get beat in coverage, whether it's man or zone or whatever. But no, defensively, I think this team is right back where it is. Micah Parsons, despite being quiet all night, he made the play when he needed to.
Oh, yeah.
This was a Charger team that got Austin Eckler back, and he thought that was going to be a boost in the run game. However, the Chargers could not run the ball to save their lives. And the secondary, I thought, stepped up when it needed to. DeRon Bland had that key breakup on that fourth and goal.
Yeah, fourth and goal.
Fourth and goal. That key breakup. So defensively, I think this team is fine. Offensively, that remains to be seen. I think this offense, the Chargers, they're not a good defense.
Nope.
It's not a good defense. The secondary is kind of outside of Derwin James. That's really it.
Oh,
Asante Samuel
Santos,
Jr.
There we go.
But he is what 5? He's a smaller.
Yeah, he's 5'10". All of 5'10".
Yeah. Exactly. Corner one. It's not a good defense, regardless. It hasn't been since Stanley got there. I thought the one positive offensively, one of them was this team utilized Brandon Cooks. They got him involved, and obviously we know what Cooks can do in the NFL. He's proven he's a 1,000-yard receiver. I think almost every, if not every year, he's been in the NFL,
I think he has been,
or at least majority.
maybe not his rookie year, but besides that,
No, he was. Actually, he got hurt. Never mind. Yeah, he got put on IR, but they utilized Cooks. They really try to get Michael Gallup the ball. 10
Finally.
targets and 3 catches.
Yeah.
They try to get Mike Gallup going, but one stat I did notice was when Dak was targeting CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks, he was, I think, perfect.
he was like 13 for 13.
Yeah, for like 100-something yards and a touchdown. So,
Yep.
And who knew? CD was kind of vocal about his lack of approval of not getting the ball. But who knew if you get your best player of the football, you move the chains and make plays.
Yeah, instead of throwing to our tight ends, which Jerry wants.
Yeah.
Jerry likes watching tight ends catch the ball.
Jerry likes his tight ends. Getting CD involved was nice to see. Pollard, when the running lanes were open, was efficient. He had a big game through the air as a pass catching back. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this offense?
Dak stings. I'm tired of watching this
I
shit.
kind of felt like that was coming.
I'm tired of, because again, we talked about it before we started filming. Like,
Yeah,
if he throws that again, I forget the sequence, I forget the down, whatever. But he threw it to his left. It was to Gallup. If he throws that a second later, Asante Samuel jumps it, pick six. We lose the damn football game. And now the whole narrative is all completely different.
yeah.
Because now, we're 3 losses on the season already. Dak's talking, ooh, I ain't gonna throw 10 interceptions. We're already halfway there. Like,
No, go ahead.
And then some people would just be like, oh, like, football's not a game of horseshoes. There's no almost threw an interception or anything. Like, you just, either you did or you didn't. It's definite.
Yeah.
But I just can't stand because he does the same things over and over again and expects a different result. But then when it ends up losing us the game, then it's like, we just got to play better as a team. You got to play better. He doesn't take accountability. He doesn't. He deflects. What was it? After we lost to, what was that game where he bumped into the ref and we didn't get the snap off? Who were we playing?
San Fran in the
Who was San
playoffs.
Fran?
Yeah, San Fran playoff
Yep.
game at AT&T.
Yeah. Dak was awful that whole damn game. And then goes into the the post-game conference talk about like, the referees. You were ass. $40 million quarterback ass. Have some accountability and just be like, damn, I need to pick it up and be better for this team. Because again, all these years with Dak, the team around him has been fantastic. And every time when it matters most, he shits the bed. But has yet to ever point the finger at himself. Tired of it.
Yeah.
Go be a Viking next year. I don't give a fuck.
Go be
God,
a Viking.
it's awful.
And I mean, here's the thing realistically, right? I think I was talking to a buddy about this the other day, and he's not the biggest Dak fan either. And he says like, realistically, if we were to like trade for a new quarterback, like what kind of quarterback do I think is a fair trade for Dak? And I to me, Dak's in that Jimmy Garoppolo, Kirk Cousins. Actually, maybe I might take. No, they're in that same tier. Garoppolo, Cousins,
I'd take Cousins over.
Carr. I mean, he's in that tier
Yep.
of quarterback, and I think I still have the same questions about this team again offensively. It hasn't changed. Like I think when this offense needs to put up points and needs to help out the defense, so the defense won them the game last night or Monday night.
Yep.
Can this offense get out of its own way and put up points? And we have yet to see that because in every other game, the defense has put up touchdowns early. They get up big. There's no reason for them to try and play like 2-minute diehard offense.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. But regardless of win's a win, the Eagles lost, so they're 1 game closer in that NFC East race at 4-2. And I think that's all. That's all that matters. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting.
I do want to ask you one question real quick, though.
Yeah.
So you know how, like, McCarthy, him calling plays and everything. Oh, we're going to the true West Coast.
Texas coast.
Yeah.
Texas coast.
3-step, 5-step drops. Ball comes out at the top of your hitch.
Yeah.
Have you seen that this year?
No.
What the fuck is the identity of this?
I don't know what that's the thing. I don't know what the identity is. I really don't. Because you say it's all about. And here's the thing, right? Like, I think the West Coast, like I said, it's about timing, it's precision, it's about guys getting open in the zone more than anything, underneath stuff, kind of just not necessarily dink and dunk, but it's methodical. Yeah. It's very like perfection in a way. Mm-hmm. And with Kellen Moore, this offense is all about explosive plays down the field, pushing the ball down the field.
A modern NFL offense.
Yeah. I mean, that's where Gallup made his money at, the jump balls. Yep. And that's where you saw the best of CeeDee Lamb last year. And I think you could probably argue in an offense like this, a guy like Brandon Cooks would probably benefit more from that kind of play calling. Mm-hmm. So you're right. I don't know what the identity is, because they say it's West Coast, and I look at it and it's like they're trying to be, but they're not comfortable with it. Mm-hmm. And like, that's how I feel about this offense right now. Yeah,
because it's like you'll see Dak take like a 5-step or 5 or 7-step drop, like one of those longer drop backs. He'll get to the top of the hitch, he'll hesitate, pull it down, scramble to his right or left.
You saw a lot of that in the San Fran game.
Yeah, I saw that like 5 times in a row. I'm like, dude, call something else.
And I think in that Niners game, I think people, thought you can look at the Niners defense, and the one weakness was the secondary, because it's not full of not like household guy names that you should know, mm-hmm. right? And when I watched that game, immediately the first thing I noticed was the Niners were playing a lot of press.
They were
not letting these receivers get open and get away from them, mm-hmm. and when they clamped up those receivers, and not to mention the routes they were running were, 6, 7, 8 yards down the field. There was nothing deep until they tried to go deep eventually. But it's so confusing, because I couldn't tell you what this offense is.
Yeah, I think Mike McCarthy needs to again pull a little Belichick here and bow out on play calling and bring in a guy to call plays, because I don't like it.
Who would call plays for you guys?
I don't know. Pick somebody out of the stands.
Scott Tozine.
I'll take somebody out of the stands and I don't know, give him a Bud Light and call something. I don't know.
But you're right. It is confusing, because it looks like they're trying really hard to be West Coast, but I don't know if you have the right personnel. I don't know if that fits West Coast.
Don't have the right quarterback to do that shit. You have to being in a West Coast again. Like you said. It's really controlled chaos, because again, it's trusting your feet, trusting your technique, trusting your receivers, tight ends, running backs,
blocking,
trusting everybody around you to do their damn job and putting the ball where it needs to be. Mm-hmm. That's not what Dak Prescott is. Not in any sense of the word. He has never been that in his career. So I don't understand how we could even bring that system to the table if we don't have the quarterback to do this shit in the first place.
That's fair. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting to watch his offense continue to develop, because I'm intrigued.
All I'm gonna say is I won't be watching this shit no more. I'll find another game to watch.
No, you're watching.
I can't do it no more. I can't. Because again, I know we're gonna win 10, 11 games. Cool. Everybody's gonna be rah going into the playoffs, and then we're gonna lose to a team that should lose,
or lose to the Niners again.
Yeah, lose to the damn Niners, get stomped out by the Niners, and then. We're just sitting here like, maybe next year.
Yep. I feel. Speaking of the Niners and the Eagles, who are in the NFC East, let's talk about they were the last 2 undefeated teams heading into Week 6. And they both lost in very different fashion. Obviously, the Niners against a very good Browns defense, I might add. They lose Deebo Samuel in this game. They lose Christian McCaffrey in this game. And you kind of saw Brock Purdy, I wouldn't say regress, but obviously when you're down your 2 best playmakers, it showed, that, this is Brock Purdy, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, shout out to Cleveland, who was down to Deshaun Watson. They were down, who was their backup behind Watson?
DTR.
Yeah, the rookie, and then they ended up bringing up PJ Walker off the street.
Yep.
And PJ Walker, Jerome Ford got it done for Cleveland. Amari Cooper had a couple big catches in that game.
Had a nasty ass catch on that
Yeah.
sideline.
Yeah. So, I mean, shout out to Cleveland. But so the Niners lost. And then the Eagles, in a very different game where Jalen Hurts simply did not look good. 4 turnovers, 3 picks in total, including what gave the Jets the game-winning touchdown. Zach Wilson and the Jets, despite losing Aaron, they fought back to 3-3. So I'll throw it to you first. Which team are you more concerned about heading into next week? Is it the Niners or is it the Eagles?
I'd probably say the Eagles. I think this is a team that kind of like we alluded to, or didn't allude to it on air, but we were talking about before we turned on the cameras that they haven't really looked dominant this year.
No.
Every game's been close, kind of just marginal wins here or there. And again, like ultimately, like Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, those big names offensively have just been able to propel them to winning those close games.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's cool when you win, but when you don't, it's just you kind of look around and kind of just scratch your head like, what the hell? We're supposed to win. So I don't know. The defense still kind of figuring, still catching its footing, losing all those guys that they did.
Both coordinators are gone.
Both coordinators are gone. So again, I think everybody in the facility is still kind of just getting comfortable with the way things are now.
Yeah.
So, I'm not overly concerned about either team. I think they're both going to be okay.
Yeah.
Just again, stay healthy. The Niners get healthy. Hopefully. I don't know. There's just something about the
Philly.
Eagles.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of people are trying to drag Brock Purdy through the mud here as like, oh, well, that's why he's Mr. Irrelevant. That's why he moves a 7th round quarterback. And I'm like, slow down. Like, yes, Brock Purdy was down his 2 top playmakers, and it showed. Like, when you're down your top 2 guys, like, it's what I might remind people is a very good defense in Cleveland.
That's the best part of the team, to be honest.
That might be the best unit in the NFL.
Might be.
Yeah, I think you were going to struggle offensively regardless, but you lose your top 2 guys. Cleveland constantly got pressure on Purdy throughout that game. Yeah, you're gonna face some adversity, and I think Purdy's shown me, at least in the NFL, he makes the throws. He makes starting caliber throws in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, as long as they stay healthy, I got no reason to worry about the Niners at all.
Exactly.
At all, really. And I get Philly. Like you said, they've won games, and it's that offense has been boom or bust. When they make the big plays, it's fun to watch, but when they don't, it's tough to watch. And defensively, they're still trying to replace the guys they lost in the offseason with rookies and young players who, quite frankly, haven't just getting caught up in the NFL speed. Pretty much every Georgia defensive player they have, they're kind of trying to catch them up. Nakobe Dean's been out for a few weeks with an injury. They're getting Jordan Davis back up to full speed. And that pass defense, it is questionable. Even though they brought back Slay and Bradbury, it's still been questionable throughout these first 6 games. So I think if I had to pick one, I agree with you. I think it's the Eagles. But I might be a little more concerned than you were, just because I don't know if this is the same Super Bowl caliber team we saw last season.
Oh, 100% not.
Yeah, like they've regressed.
Different.
Yeah, they've regressed for sure. And we'll see if the 5-1 record can hold up to the end of the season. But we'll see. We'll see. Speaking of 5-1, DeAndre's not here for this. And I'm very sad about it. He should be sad. The Dolphins, man. They took care of business once again against the winless Carolina Panthers. I mean, Miami. It's a fun team to watch. Raheem Mostert leads the NFL in touchdowns all purpose. Devon Arcane, when he was playing, was that guy who he was. What was the stat? He was at one point like 2nd in the NFL in rushing yards with like 27th in carries. Tyreek Hill through 6 games almost has 1,000 yards. He could break 2,000 realistically.
Yep.
Jalen Waddle's getting back healthy. Tua looks legit. This defense is gonna get Jalen Ramsey back. He's practicing this week. I mean, do you start throwing out that word in South Beach, the contender word? Because I mean, the AFC. Since he struggled, the Chiefs kind of they're winning.
They're hanging on by a thread.
They're
Right now.
hanging on. The Chiefs are hanging in. They're hanging in there. Baltimore, and Buffalo are still trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But Miami seems to have figured it out. Do they not?
Oh no, they look fantastic, and I think at the end of the day, man, that play calling, I love it. I love
Mike McDaniel was so fun.
He's a funny personality. He's kind of dorky, geeky,
He
but
was
like cool at the same time.
he was rocking the what was it, the off-white.
Mm-hmm.
That's my coach.
He's
He's a vibe.
He's cool. He doesn't get rattled either in a game. Like the play gets set back, he just goes over there, talks to Tua, gets Tua in the right headspace, and then boom, they go out there and they keep attacking. Like, and that's what I really love about them. They're super aggressive. They stay on you. They make you work. They make you be disciplined with your eyes. Like they attack a defense in every facet the way you should as an offense, with the motions, short and immediate stuff. Taking their deep shots, calculated deep shots, like,
They're physical when they run the ball.
Super physical. They'll run it down your throat if you don't stop it.
Yeah.
So this team's got a little bit of everything. Again, not the biggest Tagovailoa fan, so I'm still.
All your takes are kind of just taking right now. You were high on the Bears. You weren't high on Tua. You weren't high on Stroud. Your takes are kind of just taking a beating right now.
Those are my three that I messed up. Everything else is looking okay right now.
Well, Dak stinks. You got that one.
Oh yeah, we got that one. We killed that one.
No, but I mean, it's just kind of funny, thinking back to Brian Flores and how much he did not want Tua.
Mm-hmm.
And now you look at Mike McDaniel, who's like, yeah, I want Tua as my quarterback. I'm going to work with this kid and we're going to figure it out.
Mm.
And now look at them. And it's just funny because I think the other day on First Take, Stephen A was talking about the Dolphins and how he says Tua just throws the ball 2 yards and then Tyreek Hill takes it to the house. And literally as he's saying this on air, I kid you not, on air, like they showed the montage of highlights as they're talking about a certain player.
Mm.
They showed bombs from Tua. They showed all the deep balls he's thrown to Tyreek and to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
As Stephen A is saying that Tua just dumps it off to Tyreek and he does the rest.
I mean, from the outside looking in, yeah, where you see, Tyreek catch a post, 15-yard post, and he wiggle, and then runs down the sideline for a touchdown. It looks like that, but no, that offense is so much more than dink and dunk.
Oh yeah, it's fun to watch. I gotta say, it's fun to watch. I'm a fan.
Oh yeah, 100%. They just gotta stay healthy, and this team will probably win 15 games this year.
They get Ramsey back now. It looks like he's ahead of schedule as far as his rehab goes, and they're opening the window for him. Mm-hmm. Which is cool to watch. And then speaking of with the window being open for other players, Kyler Murray, he's making his appearance, and he's been the window's been open for him to return to practice off the PUP list, right? Mm-hmm. So, and the report is the Cardinals plan to play him because they want to see what he has to show. Mm-hmm. And if you're Arizona, I mean, look, you've been competitive in pretty much every game this season. You're 1-5. But you could very easily flip those games.
Very much. They very easily could be sitting there with a 4-win team right now.
Yeah.
Very easily.
Yeah. It's been a competitive team, and give credit to Gannon and Josh Dobbs. And that defense, too, which is kind of full of a bunch of no names and, talent that you really altogether couldn't win with in the NFL. They've been competitive throughout these first 6 weeks. And, you get Kyler back, it's a boost for sure. And, say if you're Arizona, if Kyler helps you win games or you're not in that spot for that Caleb Williams selection, I mean, who knows? Maybe Kyler can stick around and show you something at least.
No, 100%. I'm so excited. I think I think it's kind of like, man, because it was a couple years back when, take it to basketball for a second, when Steph Curry was out. When he broke his wrist, like the third game of the year. Mm-hmm. The NFL is just more fun when Kyler Murray's around. It's just, if the, flowers look more colorful, food tastes better, air hits different.
No, when Kyler Murray's playing on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. When Kyler's playing, I'm glued to the TV. So I'm just
That's
excited.
the game you're going to watch. Those are the games you're going to watch then, right?
Oh, yeah.
Not the Cowboy games.
Flip the Cowboy game. Block that channel, actually.
You're going to watch the Buck games for Baker?
Yep.
Okay, so back to your old ways.
Back to my old ways.
OU quarterbacks only.
Yep.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm excited for the kid. Just go out there and play some good old football.
And show, and like I said, if Kyler can win you some games and kind of prove to you, that there's something here. He could still be the guy for this franchise. I mean, you can't argue that. And if you win games, that puts you out of contention for the Caleb Williams.
Exactly. And then use those picks as you should to build the team around your franchise quarterback you already have. And just move on and, go win a Super Bowl.
And we'll see. It's going to be interesting. And speaking of teams building around their quarterback, I know the Jets' plan wasn't to build around Zach Wilson. But obviously, since Aaron Rodgers ruptured the Achilles week 1, he's been thrusted back into the lineup. They're 3-3 now. They had a big win against the Eagles, knocked off them as undefeated, or as the last undefeated team. And look, man, I got to give all the credit to Robert Saleh and this team, man, because they fought back. A lot of people were questioning Zach Wilson. I mean, as you had a reason to, right?
Yeah.
You had a reason to, and they're 3-3 defensively. They're one of the best units in the NFL. Zach Wilson's done enough in these wins. Breece Hall looks like he's coming back week by week. He's getting better and better, it looks like. You know what you have in Garrett Wilson and that receiving core. And could the Jets maybe? Can the Jets hang around enough?
I think they hang around, but man, Zach Wilson, man, he plays a dangerous game of quarterback.
He does.
He plays with fire. He routinely is patting his hand on that fire. So long term, I think this team maybe wins 7 games and they miss the playoffs by that much. But man.
So you're not buying into the hype that Aaron is going to magically come back from that?
No. If Zach plays the rest of the year,
you are
this
buying.
team wins 7 games.
You are buying into it.
Oh yeah. If Mr. Immunization comes back, then this team's going to the Super Bowl. This team's so damn good.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The NFL script would be crazy if week 1 Aaron Rodgers ruptures his Achilles
after playing 4 damn plays
and somehow comes back, which that shouldn't happen.
I mean, hey, this is a
That's a year-long injury at least.
well, with modern perspective of it. But hey, you went to a guy that tied it together with
I see what you're doing.
Hey.
Funny, but funny. He tried a new wild experimental thing.
Yeah, and he looks good. He has to wear some goofy ass big ass shoes to stay comfortable, but he's walking on it without crutches.
And he's throwing, and he's moving his body and with the throws. And I'm just gonna say, if it were to happen, I still just don't see it happening. I don't see you tearing your Achilles up, shredding it, and then coming back by December. I just can't see it happening. But if it does, let me just say, that's going to be the craziest story ever. Like that storyline would be, you couldn't beat that.
Oh yeah,
you couldn't beat that.
Like that would 100% make everybody think the NFL is scripted. 100%.
100%.
Like no, his stuff wasn't actually torn. No, he just did this for the hoopla.
There's just no way, right? There's no way that could actually happen.
But the thing is, if he imagine again, it happens. He comes back and they play he's back to MVP Aaron Rodgers.
That Jets team should go to the Super Bowl.
That would be crazy. Imagine the build up for that week.
God, it'd be top television.
Oh my God,
and I'm not gonna lie, you would have me hooked.
I'd be rooting for the Jets 100%.
I'm all for a Jets Lions Super Bowl.
Relax.
Oh, you're right. A Jets Saints Super Bowl. All for it. 100%.
Oh, God.
All for it. But regardless, they fought back to 3-3. Zach Wilson has been a part of that. Kudos to them for sticking with the guy and not finding another option. Regardless, it's given Zach Wilson the confidence that he can help this team win. That's the big thing for me. So, hey, kudos to the Jets. They fought back. Nonetheless, I'm excited. So really quick, Makai, do you want to run to our daily immaculate grid?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
You want to do it real quick?
Oh yeah.
I'll let you pull it up, my friend.
Do.
Actually, I'll pull it up too, just so we have two, in case we tank one selection, we can bounce back and use it.
Across the top for the viewers, you got Seahawks,
Yep.
Bengals, 1,000+ rushing season.
Okay.
And then down the left axis, you have the Colts, Cardinals and Texans.
Titans.
Titans. Oop. CT kicked in. My bad. Okay, so let's go left down over. Cool with that?
Yeah.
So, Seahawks Colts.
That's tough. I'm trying to think.
Adrian James played for the Seahawks.
Did he? No, there wasn't some Seattle player that followed Gus Bradley. Oh, do I have? Oh, Matt Hasselbeck.
Yeah,
Hasselbeck. Yeah, Hasselbeck. Yeah, Matt Hasselbeck. Let's see how many people picked Matt Hasselbeck. Oh, 61%.
Damn.
Okay, a lot of people thought Matt Hasselbeck. Okay.
Okay, Seahawks Cardinal.
I have another name.
Who's that?
Mike Upati, the guard.
Yeah, left guard.
Yeah. Let's see how many people. Is it Mike? It is Mike Upati. Okay, let's see. How many people thought Mike Upati? 12%. Progress.
Good answer.
Progress.
Seahawks Titan.
That's real tough right there. You gotta dig deep in that one.
This feels like a early 2000s kind of one that you might have to dig back to.
Curse?
I think you're thinking of two different curses.
Well, I'm thinking of the defensive end. Javon.
Did he play for the Seahawks? If he did, it was like the last season of his career or something.
That's
something
what
like
I'm saying. Let's skip that one for now. We'll come back.
Yeah, let's come back.
We'll
That's
come
a
back.
tough one. Whew.
We'll come back. We'll come
my
back.
brain hurt.
We'll come back.
Bengals Colts.
Damn
Damn it.
Oh, actually, I do know someone.
Who?
Frosty Rucker.
You're kicking my ass on this one. I ain't gonna lie.
Rucker, yeah, Frosty Rucker. Played for. I think he was there. No, just kidding. I was wrong.
Damn.
I guess I was just kidding. Yeah, I forget what I said. Margus at the very bottom.
What the fuck?
Margus. He went to SMU.
Lock it in. Let's see.
20%.
Wow.
Yeah, he played ball here at SMU, and he's with the Saints for like a split second.
The fact that 20% of people guess
that's wild.
Yeah, that's wow. Wow.
Okay, so now we got a Colts 1,000-yard rusher.
No, wait, we're still going down, aren't we?
Okay.
Bengals Cardinal.
Oh, I have one. You should know this one. That's your boy from OU.
What are you talking about?
The tight end.
Oh, Jermaine Gresham.
Yep, there you go. That's your boy. I wonder how many people thought of Jermaine Gresham.
He probably was 15% if I had to guess. 2%.
Oh, look at that. That's a pull.
That's a good pull.
Okay.
Because he had the 1 year with the Cardinals, he was not good. Bengals Titan.
There has to be... Oh, Pac-Man.
Yep, Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Waka Waka.
Who's now on the McAfee show.
I love the McAfee show.
Good for him.
Man,
Do you think we have to pay people like that to come on our show?
Yeah. 32%.
For Pac-Man? Okay, that's not bad.
That's not terrible.
Okay.
We're going for completion.
Yeah.
1,000-yard Colts rusher.
All right, who's the most obscure rusher you could think of for the Colts? Who had 1,000 yards? Not Edgerrin, not Jonathan Taylor.
Not Dickerson.
Did Joseph Adai have 1,000-yard season?
He did.
He did? Okay.
Because they had that long period between 1,000-yard rushers.
Yeah.
Yep. Adai was 10%.
Okay, look at that. Okay.
Cardinals 1,000-yard rusher.
Who was the running back with Kurt Warner? Oh, I guess that was Hightower. Never mind. Oh my God, the Cardinals stink. Connor? Did Connor have 1,000 yards?
He did. You want to just do James Conner?
Well, which one do you feel like is more obscure? Is it Connor or is it David Johnson?
We'll just do David Johnson just for shits and giggles because Connor, is recent.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
65%.
Completion
Sheesh.
at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
1,000-yard Titans rusher.
Did DeMarco
Mm-mm.
in his 1 year? He
Nope.
didn't.
Mm-mm.
I could have sworn he did.
Because remember, he was splitting carries with Derrick Henry.
No,
He was hurt that year.
not the first year.
No, I mean, but he's hurt. He was hurt both years though. He was banged up.
But he was good his first year in Tennessee. I thought. I could have sworn he was a 1,000-yard rusher. Put it in there. Have faith in your boy DeMarco and me and my knowledge. Yeah, I think DeMarco had a 1,000-yard season with the Titans. Pretty sure he did.
4%.
There we go. I told you.
All right, Seahawk. Go. Okay. We still have to do Bengals, Colts, and then Seahawk, Titan.
I thought we got Hunt for Bengals Colt.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just need Seahawk.
Oh
Titan.
Christ! Back to this one.
It's gonna be.
I still can't think of anyone.
Let's see.
Oh wait, Seahawk Titan, right? I know someone.
Who?
Charlie. He was a quarterback. Charlie.
Charlie Batch.
No, Winehurst.
Oh yeah, Whitehurst.
Yeah. I think he was in Tennessee. I'm pretty sure. He was in Tennessee.
7%.
Hey, look at that.
There you go.
Look
Good
at
pull.
that. Look at that. Look at that. Clipboard Jesus is what they called him, I believe.
He does look like Jesus Christ.
And he holds a clipboard. Yeah. Yeah. That's what they called him. Clipboard Jesus.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. Look at that. What was the total score thing?
212.
It's not bad.
It's not terrible.
That's not bad. It's okay.
Completed it. That's all that matters.
That's all that
Completion
matters.
is all
Completion's all that
that
matters. At the end of the day.
Because you got to go 9 for 9 to get a grid. So
This is true. And you can't ask much for it. You cannot ask for more than that.
exactly.
Okay. Real quick then, before we wrap up here, let's do these picks real quick.
Let's get it.
All right. So starting things off tonight, Thursday Night Football, Jaguars at the Saints. I don't blame you if you pick the Jaguars, just so you know.
I need this strictly. I'm not saying this because you're one of my best friends. And, we do the show together.
Uh-huh.
I need the Saints to win because I need fantasy points because I have Olave and AK. So,
That's fair.
go Saints.
I will never pick against the Saints. But it would not shock me. They're down both offensive tackles. Their
God.
offensive line's already as bad enough as it is. And they're not playing Penning. So give me the Saints still. But Jacksonville, it's not going to surprise me if they win.
Oh yeah.
Okay, starting off at noon. This might be the game of the week right here, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Detroit traveling to Baltimore, taking on the Ravens.
Ooh, give me the Ravens. I think Lamar Jackson's athleticism is what puts him over the top. I don't think the Lions defensively have seen an athlete like
That's
Lamar
fair.
Jackson. So
That's fair. I'm gonna go with the Lions. I think this is gonna be a gritty. They showed last week they can win on the road in a gritty fashion against Tampa, which is also a very stout defense.
Mhm.
I think they'll do the same this week, and this very well could be the breakout of Jahmyr Gibbs game we've been waiting for.
praying for it.
Maybe. Maybe. In the battle of the backup quarterbacks, because Jimmy Garoppolo and Justin Fields will not be playing this week. It's the Raiders at the Bears. So it's Brian Hoyer against.
Which I did not. You could not tell me that Brian Hoyer was still in the damn NFL. Could not.
Well, I would have guessed the Raiders just because Josh McDaniels is there.
Yeah.
Against who's the Bears? The rookie
Goddamn. What's his name? Went to small school.
has like 3 names, right? It's like a dash between his last name.
Tyson Badgett.
Oh yeah.
Something like that.
Or it could be Aiden O'Connell. I don't know.
Nah, they probably start Hoyer because the Aiden O'Connell. He almost helped.
Hey, that's not fair. Khalil Mack had 7.
He almost set the damn record. He is washed. He is washed.
That's on the offensive line. That's not on Aiden O'Connell.
I was about to say, and I love Aiden O'Connell, but bro, you're a damn statue. Get the hell out of the way.
It was Brian Hoyer.
He can move. He got a little wiggle. Aiden O'Connell is 27 years old rookie with double knee replacements.
That's fair.
I was going to say something crazy, but I'm going to just stop there.
That's fair.
Yeah. Give me the Bears because Tyson Badgett is a great athlete.
Yeah.
And he's gonna make some throws.
Okay. I'll take the Raiders just because Devontae Adams has been fuming about how his lack of touches has been racking up the last few weeks, and I think against a old team that he knows pretty well, this could be a game where Devontae breaks out.
Oh yeah.
So give me the Raiders. Up next, Browns at the Colts. Could be another game of backups.
Could be.
Watson, I believe, is not practiced so far this week.
Good. Keep his ass out.
Agreed.
They're a better team without him.
Agreed.
I think the Colts play a little. Again, I know I said that they should tank and go get Marvin Harrison.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Dad's team, yeah, that'd be cool.
Where's Dad's number? Unretire it.
Yep, that'd be cool.
I think the Colts play inspired football. I think losing their leader in AR, I think is going to inspire this team to come out and play some good football.
Okay. That's fair. I'll go with Cleveland just because I know the Colts offensive line is still kind of trying to figure it out.
And Myles Garrett.
Yeah, let's go. When Myles Garrett walks up dribbling like that,
oh my God.
I'd be terrified.
And the two tight ends you put on the field are constantly having to just whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, so give me the Colts. I think, I've been a fan of PJ Walker's, and I think if he continues to, I mean, I know it was one game, but continue to win, hey, Cleveland's got something. I mean, not something, but better than certain quarterbacks on that roster.
Yeah.
All right. Sunday, the Bills at the Patriots.
I don't even know why I'm thinking about this Bills.
Bills, yeah. Not much to say. Up next, Commanders at the Giants. Give me the Commanders.
Yeah, give me the Commanders. They have the far superior quarterback play.
Yeah, and just a better, more fluent offense.
Yep.
Because the Giants, God.
That shit's bad to watch.
Bad offense. Falcons at Tampa.
Tampa.
I will go Tampa as well. I will always pick against Desmond Ridder because it is Desmond Ridder.
And, who calls plays in Atlanta?
Arthur Smith.
That makes a lot of sense. Because I don't think he understands that a forward pass has been a legal thing in football for a very long time. I don't think he knows that.
I liked. Did you see his reaction when Desmond Ridder threw the game sealing interception?
Oh, I thought he was going to drop down to his knees like somebody just killed his first child. I thought that was.
He looked so distraught, and I was like, "Your quarterback's Desmond Ridder.
You knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, it's Desmond Ridder. Like, how'd you not know this? You didn't know that."
God. I'm praying to God they don't take Drake May or Caleb. Like, I hope they're not that bad.
Just trade for Ryan Tannehill and go in purgatory.
They probably knowing them. They'll probably bring in Ryan Tannehill.
That's his guy, Tennessee.
Yep.
That was his guy. All right, kicking off the 3:00 games. It's Pittsburgh traveling to LA to take on the Rams.
Give me LA.
Okay, they've been competitive too in all these games. Cooper Kupp's look very good coming back.
Puka Nacua is top 5 in receiving yards and everything. That offense, man.
Speaking of offense, Matt Canada is still the coordinator. So did you see his reaction on that Pickens that touchdown catch?
Yeah,
when Kenny audible.
Didn't
Kenny audible?
honest to God, that should have been the final straw. Like if I'm Mike Tomlin and I'm laying in bed with my wife and I'm scrolling on Twitter and that's all people are talking about is Matt Canada, the offensive coordinator, not being excited about a game-winning touchdown because he called a certain play and our quarterback did the right damn thing by changing the play.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't have that code to get in the building wouldn't have been working Monday morning.
It'd be the Jamal Adams clip.
Beep beep beep.
Oh, no, they already let me go. All right, Cardinals at Seahawks.
No, Kyler. Yeah, Kyler's not gonna. He just practiced for the first time this past. Yesterday. So
give me Seattle.
Yeah, give me Seattle. I think Geno Smith finally gets that offense
rolling as they should. Packers at Mile High taking on the Broncos. A rematch of the Super Bowl from years past.
Give me the Broncos because
Jordan Love
stinks.
Yeah. He might stink, but you know what stinks more? No, I can't do that.
Don't do that.
I wasn't. No, I was going to say Sean Payton, but
he does stink.
It's not as. Hey, Drew Brees. All I'm going to say is people need to give Brees a lot more credit, all right? For what he's put up with. You look at Sean Payton now, look at the Saints offense with the same dude that he's calling plays. Give Brees the respect. That's all I'm going to say. Give me the Broncos, though. I think this Packer team it's just not good.
They're in a very much.
They can't run the ball.
Yeah.
They can't. Yeah.
the constant state of flux. That offensive line's banged up. It's
And they can't run the ball with either back, with Aaron Jones or AJ Dillon.
Yep.
It's tough. All right. So Chargers at the Chiefs. Who do you trust more?
The Chargers really, like, for their season to be, to even have a chance, they have to win this game. This is a must-win game, damn it, for the Chargers.
Yeah, it's at Arrowhead too. So
if you just go purely based off the quarterback play, obviously Mahomes is playing better football than Herbert is right now.
Mhm.
Herbert, started the year hot, but really cooled off since then.
Yeah.
And then that receiving room is empty because Quentin Johnson is god awful.
Yeah. Yep. Micah, I'm gonna give you a very simple equation here. You know how I told you I always pick against Desmond Ridder?
Yeah.
Brandon Staley is the equivalent of head coaches in that category. I will always pick against Brandon Staley because you know why? He's a ding dong.
He is a ding dong.
So give me the Chiefs.
I think this game's gonna be a shootout, but not like a high scoring shootout. It's gonna be a 21-21 type game in the fourth quarter. I think Patrick Mahomes makes the play to seal it.
Okay.
Yeah, that Chiefs defense is for real. They'll make a play.
That's a good
Justin
defense this year.
Yeah.
I like that. Sunday night, this might be actually the game to watch. Miami traveling to Philly, taking on the Eagles.
Oh, give me the Eagles.
You think so?
I think this is the perfect game for them to get right.
Okay.
Oh man, Darius Slay and James Bradbury trying to stop Tyreek Hill. Oh shit, that's gonna be fun.
So you're taking Philly?
I'll take Philly.
I'm going to take Miami for the exact same reason you are. I think in a national stage, visiting the defending champs home, I think if Miami can do what they've done and put up points in the fashion they have, I think then you seriously, you begin the chatter of, could this team go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I'm for it on a national stage.
That's fair.
And then Monday night, it is a dud game.
Don't lie to yourself. This is a dud game.
Niners visiting Minnesota, taking on the Vikings. Justin Jefferson.
I think this all comes down really to how healthy is Debo and McCaffrey if they do play.
Yeah.
If they're healthy, Niners all the way.
Yeah.
If not, I think the Vikings play some inspired football and they hang around and
Kirko does his thing.
Yeah, Kirko does something. Give me the Vikings. Give me the Vikings.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know the skull clap. No, you want to do
it? Purely based off the Niners potentially missing their two best weapons again.
Oh, so no skull clap.
No skull clap.
Okay. I'll take the Niners in this game. I think that offensive line from Minnesota is still banged up. Also, it's just that defense is so good. They can get you so many different ways. So give me the Niners in this one.
That's fair.
And that's to wrap up the picks for week 7. So we are after this week, 1 week closer to the trade deadline. So next week we'll talk about some guys we think could be on the move or maybe have already been on the move.
Yeah.
Should be lots of fun. We'll see what happens. Any last words, Micah, before we sign off here?
Fuck the Astros.
I like it. Those are good words. That's going to wrap things up this week from the Final Drive. Join us next week. We will have DeAndre back in studio here at the Sour Kids Production Studios. It is Alec. It is Micah signing off. See you guys next week.